All right, I knew we could do it, Kim. I knew we could get on YouTube. I knew we could pull it off. You don't have a background, which is the antithesis of our live stream. Like the fact you don't have a background is a bigger deal than people like could even know. To be honest with you, like it is everything. That is us on TikTok. We have our backgrounds and we talk about them. Can you see the little person, or am I covering it? Can you see me in the little? Oh, I'm covering it with the.
We can see you in the tiny in the, what do we call them? Not little people. Yes.
The little person. Oh, but that's not a little person. That's like a little girl. I covered her face. That was from this weekend.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it. So whatever. Nurse Kim is somewhere else, and she's all discombobulated. She shows up at 5:01. The show's supposed to be 5. All right. I've been streaming basically since 6 o'clock this morning, so I don't know what she's been doing all day. But either way, she's here, and that's all that matters. Besides making videos kissing my ass for some random reason. I don't know why you did. You don't need to do that. I don't need that. Right?
And did I say you needed it? I didn't say you needed it, sir. I said it was for like it's a Dave appreciation post. Come on.
Listen, I appreciate it. All right, so here's the deal.
Why do I look
we are typically live on YouTube. It wasn't until about 2 weeks ago, I would say. I mean, we are typically live on TikTok. It wasn't until about 2-3 weeks ago where Nurse Kim felt that she needed the admiration or accolades from all those other YouTubers in the Karen Reed case, and she had to abandon the hundreds of thousands of people that have followed along with this case with us on TikTok. She had to go seek the approval of Sean McDonough for some reason. She had to seek the approval of public enemy number 1, and if you are new to us, Michael Crawford. You are in the doghouse, my friend. I've known that guy for 10 years, and he is officially dead to me, Kim. Dead to me.
Listen, I got to tell you, Dave, there's no one more supportive in the world, okay, than your friend that gets on and says that he only streamed Saturday night's podcast for his own benefit, right? You know, I mean...
Right.
These are, things that only you would call out because facts matter, journalism.
Facts matter, journalism. And if you're not used to that, get used to that, because that's what we're all about. And so, all right. So here's the deal. We're trying to bring what we did on TikTok over to YouTube. So we will bring our phone calls. And if you've ever, I agree, Dave. Well, thank you, Shirley. So now, Kim, just so you know, you cannot see the chat, how we're streaming. You have to go.
Rude.
Yeah, open up your YouTube and go to our channel. Why don't you do like everybody else had to do it, so you can do that as well. Open our channel, follow along. All right, that's why you couldn't figure it out last time, but I'm a tech master and I figured this whole thing out. So we will go through some things. I was at the courthouse last Friday. I will talk about my experience. It was interesting to say the least. We live streamed it once I figured out that I wasn't going to meet Karen Reed after all, and turned out that some tubby radio host got an opportunity to sit down and meet her and have dinner with her, which is insane. We're going to talk about that, which drove me crazy this morning, if you didn't see. And then what else are we going to talk? We're going to talk about the motion to dismiss hearing. We're going to talk about David Yannetti calling you out and basically saying how obsessed with you he is. And I think that's it. There hasn't been a lot of updates. His exact words. There haven't been a lot of updates in the Karen Reed trial over the weekend and then into today. Today, we did see that apparently that whole Canton 9 thing, the whole witness intimidation thing, is gonzo. They just waited, like 7 months to let them know that, listen, they had no basis to do any of this stuff.
And no probable cause, guys, because that's what we love to see, right? We love to see the people get charged and, with felony witness intimidation, just like Turtle Boy, right? And then they are given like whatever that document that said, just kidding, JK, all dismissed.
Right. So, all right. So we'll take phone calls on all this stuff. If you guys want to call in, you can check out, we put the hotline on there, 978-755-4555. That's how professionals say it. I don't know if you've ever heard Greg Hill on the radio. He's the one who got to have dinner with Karen Reed. He doesn't say it like that. This is a professional move by me. 978-755-45. Remember, 55. That's what consultants would tell you, Kim. They would say, like, okay, you got to make it easy for people. So say the last 2 digits in a different way that makes it easy for them to remember. Make sense?
Yeah, no, I like 4555, and we could do like a jingle to it because you are, you're not that fun.
Yeah, we could do that too because it doesn't matter. So call in if you want to. On TikTok, we get way too many calls from way too many misfits, and it tosses us into directions that we never saw coming, to be completely completely honest. Yeah, no,
No,
All right.
I want to know where Vince is. Is Vince with us? And I actually should be going live on TikTok to put out an SOS to Vince, because Vince is our homeboy and our
Vince is
connection.
complete. Yeah, Vince is completely MIA. He might be the most balanced Karen Reed case commenter alive. Like, he's open to every scenario. He's an absolute maniac. He believes in her innocence, but he is open to listening and open to fighting anybody who comes at Nurse Kim first, him second, and me somewhere way down the list, to be honest.
Absolutely accurate.
Yeah, somewhere way down the
Yep,
list.
never been a better summary than that day.
Right. So until we get the phone lines up and running here, which they are running, so if you guys want to call in anytime. Let's talk about Friday a little bit.
Yes.
Do you want to summarize what happened Friday, and then I'll talk about my experience being there?
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, if you haven't actually seen us on TikTok, or you didn't get to see our entire live, let's do a run through. If you didn't see our videos, because David John Cullinane was invited by a source, okay, to Norfolk Superior, not just to be one of, a supporter, not just to be a hard-hitting journalist, but to have the first meet and greet of the TikTok superstars. Just saying. So,
is that actually, that's a great point. Am I the first TikTok person to get? Wow, that's an honor. That's something I didn't actually see that at all. I didn't remember that was the case, because there's a lot of TikTokers talking about this case, and that's an honor that I accept. And when I was there, I handled myself with the utmost class, thinking of all you other TikTokers that didn't get that opportunity. I tried to handle myself as classy as possible to represent all of us at once.
Absolutely. You made China proud, is what I'll say. And there was a moment that Dave called me during the week, guys. He gave me the 411 after he met with his informant. And he got some information that we shared with all of you guys, and it was awesome. But the biggest fact, right? The wow factor was Dave was going to be at court and we were live streaming. I was not invited. I could have shown up. He said, show up, woman. Okay. Just get on and just come on over. I said, absolutely not. This is invite only for the church. Okay. So Dave goes, he does all the things, guys, while he's there. Okay. While he's there, he leaves me for 30 minutes. I'm thinking he's having a deep, him and Karen, he just found out who was in the basement. I know he knows where Chloe is, right? In my mind, he's got it all.
Are those important questions to ask Karen Reed? Are those important discussions? Are those important discussion points? And we'll get to the WEEI conversation. Did you hear that today? We'll get to this conversation. She said the most important question that she had to ask Karen Reed was, how did you find your attorneys?
I know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's the last thing I would ever care about. But no, and no offense, because we appreciate Alan Jackson, obviously, and my David Yannetti. But so, right, Dave comes back. He gets us on the live stream, guys. And what does he say? He goes, hey, Kim, didn't get to meet her. And I go, well, you suck, and you are not a journalist, and no one actually invited you. I thought he made it up and that he was just trying to impress us all. But then what happens, guys? He's walking down the street. It's Karen Reed. It is attorney David Yannetti, who we were just on the heels of Nurse Kim getting the DM. Okay. And what does Dave do? The one question, and you want to talk about why I make appreciation posts for this man. The one question that he gets to ask David Yannetti as he's walking by is, hey, do you know Nurse Kim? Okay.
There you go. I say we cut to the tape. Should we cut to the tape?
Cut to the tape. Cut to it.
Cut to the tape.
Mr. Yannetti, do you know Nurse Kim?
And you?
I think I've seen her on. Yep, I know.
He thought so.
Wow.
We got him right there. We got him.
Huge.
That was it. That's all we needed.
Huge.
We didn't need any, to your point, we don't need any questions about the basement. We don't need any questions about, why'd you bring on a new attorney this, and what do you expect from today? Nope. That's all we cared about, is we are the biggest attention seeking whores on the internet when it comes to this case. That's just plain and simple. That's what it is. We're number chasers. That's all we are. We just chase the numbers. So go on.
Here's the thing, is that we don't make money, so we want at least some fame, right?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? We're not making those numbers, so at least know us.
Yeah, right. Pet my belly a little bit. Why don't you mind? Don't you mind there? Mr. Yannetti, pet my belly too. I was there. You don't
know who the hell you were.
You had no clue who I was, which is fine. So we went there. So I went there, and I'm just going to be honest with you. I had this expectation that it was just going to be like Misfit City. It was going to be like, I regret going type of situation because there was just so many people crowded and sweaty and like just yelling stupid things. It turned out it was a mix of a good tailgate, a good, like, it was like a tailgate that was high energy, but then also like a classy party at the same time. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you jumble those together, and it was just like, it was an atmosphere that I've never been a part of in my life. Even
like Kenny Chesney at Gillette.
No, because Kenny Chesney's a little too drunk and wild. It was like as if like Kenny Chesney all of a sudden like met like the crew going to the James Taylor concert at Tanglewood, and they came together and they were like, all right, we're gonna have fun but with class. It was weird. It was weird. It was an environment, and I enjoyed it. And I will definitely go back again. I would, if he told me, my source, not that he's a he, it could be a she as well. Sorry. If that person said you're gonna come and just like walk behind Karen and her family into the courthouse, like just feel that out and be a part of that, I would be like, no, that's stupid. Like, why am I gonna do that? That's just weird. I've seen the videos of it. I don't need to do it. Yeah. Now that I've done it, I want to do it every single time. Okay. Not that anybody in that line knew me or anything like that, except for the 4 or 5 selfies. Not a big deal.
Mimi knew you. Mimi knew you.
No, I took 4 selfies, so that's great. Got my pats on the back there. That was fine. It was, that aspect of it was Mardi Gras-esque. That was like, I'm on the float. I'm going through New Orleans. I'm throwing out beads. It was electric.
No titties. No titties.
No, and hopefully next time if people are watching this, maybe we could change that. Yeah, maybe we could add something to it. But it was out of control. So that's where, and we've said this in the past about Karen, because people criticize her of like being too happy outside the courtroom, whatever. Mm-hmm. You can't ignore that shit. Like there's nothing you can do but smile, wave, take selfies. Like that environment is so unique and crazy. She has to be lively. She has to be friendly. She has to play along with the crowd. And that's just in general, not even adding to the fact that they're like funding her life right now, basically.
Yeah. I've been told by Rita when I interviewed Rita on my own YouTube channel, because that was my second interview. Great. Just saying, I know that you're so busy. What happened was Rita Lombardi said to me that it's electric. And you know what I said, Dave, is it's electric. Boogie, woogie,
woogie, woogie. Oh, you sang it. I thought we were just going to say it, but go on. Yeah.
Oh, well, but like those are the things that you can feel that it has become more than just a select, like not a select, that's so weird. That's gross. Ew. Support. It has become a movement of individuals that I believe are trying to stand up not only to corruption and injustice, but to also seek justice for both Officer John O'Keefe and Karen Reed.
Right. And, I think that there's this perception that everybody who kind of treats Karen like a rock star like that is disregarding the life of a Boston police officer. Mm. And I wish that sentiment was not necessarily out there, because the people I spoke to and the people that I've talked to about the case are very cognizant. I personally, like, look at me. I did a YouTube video, like kind of joking around. I'm so nervous to meet Karen Reed. Like all that stuff.
That was clout chasing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was playing the game a little bit. I was kind of hyping it up. I have the utmost respect of that individual. Boston Police Officer John O'Keefe. I just do not agree that she caused the injuries that led to his death. That's it. That's the difference. And so when you believe in somebody's innocence in this situation, you want to do whatever you can to help them, right?
Of course.
And so that's what so many of these people out there, that's what so many of these people are doing. And at some point, if it all comes, unless there's new information that you and I haven't learned that makes us change our mind, at some point, that clearing of her name is then going to obviously at the same time say, we got justice for police officer John O'Keefe, right? Like it's one and the same, and it's not like that. That's not just like a general talking point. It is just a fact. If you don't believe that his girlfriend did this to him, then you got to clear her name. And at the same time, you're getting justice that wasn't going to be like, it wasn't coming without all this fighting back and without all this kind of throwing mud against the wall and stuff like that. It came because of everything that's transpired to this point.
Right. And like, I think that you're absolutely correct, Dave, because here's the thing is that this wasn't a vacuum, everyone. And we all know this. If you're local, if you're not local, if you're a human being, this just was not, because I was on calling all beings, but never mind. But for humans,
oh
we
my
all
God,
know,
I could go on for days about that show, but keep
Stop.
going.
But no, but I'm just saying for all of us, we know that this was not a one-off, that there has been solids and favors and people just going along to get along in the Mass State Police, in the Norfolk DA's office. And there is going to be, the shit is rolling downhill, and we all know it because it's rolling down fast.
Right. And that's why the things that happened, this weekend, which is why I'm sure he filed it on Friday and we didn't see it till Saturday. But that Kevin Reddington motion in his other case, I talked about it a little bit this morning. I'd love to get your take. That one's a wild one in so many unique ways. Obviously, I'm in love with the fact that this defense attorney is requesting the cell phones from every state trooper, which is like insane. And by the way, note to everybody in the chat right now, like delete all incriminating things from your phone. Make sure
immediately,
make sure you download some kind of app that makes your phone explode when you pass away, because these guys are going to all of a sudden have to turn over their phones to somebody potentially, if they haven't deleted it already, which I'm sure they have, right? But either way, we're going to find out if they deleted it. It is crazy to think of the amount of damaging information that those troopers have on their phone. And if we learn anything from it, it is the purpose of this entire thing. It is the thing. To be honest with you, it's one of the things that's like the biggest to me, because I just think that office, that Norfolk County District Attorney's office, is so corrupt. And you've heard me ad nauseum about my, disgust with what they did to Sandra Birchmore. And I'm sure there's a million other cases. And if this opens up that can of worms, I am as happy as a pig in shit, to be completely honest with you.
I love it.
Yeah. So, all right, what else? Let me see. Do you want to play that audio from EEI today or no?
Yeah, no, do it. Do
Okay.
at least, well, not do do you have the one where you were, where you freaked out or no?
Oh, no, I don't want to play my audio. I just want to hear, we can replay, because a lot of people, I guarantee you in the chat, you guys, I know it's a little delayed what we're seeing when you guys chat, but did you guys listen to the EEI host? WEEI is Boston Sports Radio Station here. The two hosts went and had dinner with Karen last night. I don't know where this dinner was. I don't know. Did I miss part? Did you hear the whole interview or no?
I didn't hear the whole thing, but I didn't care to, because as soon as they got into, they teased it for about an hour and a half too long. Okay. For them to say a lot of nothing. Right. But I think that they didn't say exactly where they went though. Did they?
Right. They didn't say where they went or like whose home it was or anything like that. Oh, Romy is asking, isn't he McCabe's attorney? Yes, Kevin Reddington also represents, and I believe somebody on Twitter confirmed that he still represents her. I didn't know if that was like still an active thing or who represented her for a time, but I saw on Twitter that he still represents her. Now, take that for what it is, but that's wild to me. Like, think about that. He represents one of the witnesses in the Karen Reed case, and he's requesting, so basically like he should hypothetically be on the side of all these individuals. Like he should be Team Proctor. He should be Team Buchanan based on who his client is. But now all of a sudden he's got, obviously probably a more profitable situation going on the other end. And he's requesting all that information of those people. So if you're Jen McCabe sitting there, like, what are you thinking in your head as he's requesting all the information from people that potentially helped you cover this entire thing up? If that's accurate, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wicked crazy. And like, also though, guys, reminder of who else are just some of his other huge, one of his other huge cases is the Lindsay Clancy case, right?
Right.
And like, not for nothing, but that was, however you slice that, there are 3 small children and a mom who did the unthinkable. And whether she had, and a nurse mother who was a very skilled maternity OB nurse, and she says that she had postpartum depression, but her 3 children are unalived in Duxbury. And that is and Kevin Reddington is the attorney that was retained by Lindsay Clancy. And those are typically the type of people. Now, if we go back and turn back the hands of time, guys, let's talk some shit. You remember when the neighbor of Jennifer McCabe called into our show. I confirmed it. I had a piece of paper from her. She lived on the road that Jen did. Okay.
Facts
And
journalism.
she claimed that 2 days after Officer John O'Keefe was found unalive on 34 Fairview, she claimed that is when Jen retained counsel of Reddington. 2 days, within 2 days of him being found unalive. Why would a witness do that? I got to tell you something, Dave. I love you. I love your face. If you go down, right, and I find you somewhere, I would be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sad. Let me call his wife and children and send a spiritual bouquet. I'm not getting legal counsel.
It is, you know, let's just play devil's advocate. I agree with your take, but let's play devil's advocate. Like, criticizing anybody for seeking counsel at any point in time is probably, like, it's not.
Yes, if you're charged with something, if you were going to be charged, if you were asked to questions, if they said, Jen, we need you to come down to the station.
You know, but you know you're going to be questioned. You know you're going to be questioned at that point. You were there at the party, so you know you're going to be questioned by the police. So do you just get counsel just to be safe? I don't know. I'm too stupid. I sure as shit wouldn't. But if you're her,
well, that's true. That's true. You're right. Never mind. I'm going to shut up because you're absolutely right. Everyone, go get a lawyer for anything at any time. But I'm just saying that if somebody had asked, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it doesn't look great. It doesn't look.
I would have never even thought of that. That would have never. If somebody said, "Hey, we just need to know what happened," I would be like, "I got you, boo," and I'll tell you. Dave was asking, you know, ladies to show their hoo-has, okay, down the road, and pimping ain't easy. Someone came up and slapped him. You know, like those are the things I would have no problem saying, and not thinking that I needed to retain the counsel. But like you're saying, everyone should obtain counsel. So you're right.
Right. My only thing with do you think, like, you know, this story is blown up. Do you think that neighbor maybe kind of wanted to inject themselves into the story in some capacity? It is kind of weird.
Because she never even said her name.
I know, but it is kind of weird for somebody to, like, immediately say, oh, Jennifer McCabe came over to my house. I'm barely friendly with her. And she just started chirping. You know what I mean? Like,
and we were likes us, and she was telling us the shit. She called us on FaceTime.
And we called her out, by the way. Like, we asked the important questions and we challenged her a little bit. So I'm not saying, but I'm just saying we just got to take it with a grain of salt to some extent. But it wouldn't shock me whatsoever, because I feel like in that situation, if I was involved in something bigger that took a lot of different pieces to put together, I would need to talk somehow. Like, I would need to let it out. And maybe I wouldn't say exactly what happened, obviously, but I need to go talk to somebody and just, like, let it out. Right. And she just thought that person was safe. Right. Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? All right. You want to play? Some people in the chat. What were you just saying, something?
No.
Oh, some people in the chat said they didn't hear the interview this morning, or the radio piece this morning, where they were talking about going to dinner with Karen Reed. Let's hear some of it. If we hate it in the chat, we'll stop it. All right. Let's hear some of it because it's kind of timely, and let's just hear it. That is a complete lie, by the way, Kim. That is a complete lie. I went to the Instagram. There are people that absolutely hate the fact that he went and had dinner with Karen Reed last night. I don't really, I mean, to be honest, I don't see how you say no in that situation. I didn't say no. I was, you know, somebody said, do you want to come meet her? I didn't say no. So, but I don't know why people were like that upset by it. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't hear what's saying. I didn't hear anything from the radio.
Oh, you can't hear the radio piece? Could you guys hear it out there? Let me know. That I won't play it then, because if you can't hear it, it doesn't make any sense. It was just, I was just saying that, I think you heard what I said. He was mentioning he was mentioning people liked it. No, I went and read the comments. I won't play that audio. If you can't hear it, we'll figure it out after. But he was saying people didn't like it, or liked it. They were fine with it. No, they were not fine with it. I went and read the comments, and they were furious that he was, like, quote, enabling a cop killer and all this stuff. I don't. He's a member of the media. It's the biggest story in Boston. I don't see how, and especially if he believes in her innocence, I don't see how somebody like him would say no to going to dinner with her, asking some questions. I'm sure he kept a lot of the information private, or put out there what he could put out there. So I don't know. I don't know why people would have that big of a problem with it. You know,
Well, I
guess
gotta tell you this on Twitter. So I ended up seeing the free Karen Reed. I commented, right, and I said, whatever, Karen, whenever you're ready, baby, you want to talk all the shit. Me and Dave are ready for you. Dave has got the first round, right? Because we got this.
Yes.
But we stay ready. We are always ready. And whenever Karen is ready, we're here to listen. And here's the thing, though, is that like on the free Karen Reed site, there was nothing. But then where Greg Hill put it up, it's the same 10 people that are talking all the shit. There was nobody new. It's all the Twitter trolls, period. The 8 ingrates that have criminal records and are on government assistance that would like to, tell us that they are the beacon of light and justice for Officer John O'Keefe.
Right. If he was somebody that came out and said, no, Karen Reed's guilty, right? She did this. Yeah. Then going to dinner with somebody that you think killed a police officer. Yeah, that's gross.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think and believe in her innocence because you listened to the trial and you believe certain aspects of what you heard and you don't believe the Commonwealth of Massachusetts is what you heard, then it's fucking insane to turn down that opportunity to hear her story and to learn more information that may have not come out at trial. It's insane.
I agree. Yeah. And Courtney, listen, Courtney's me, right? In that situation, it appeared to me as if Greg, like, yes, I think that he believes Karen's innocent or leans more innocent, but Courtney was like 100%, free Karen.
Yeah, but she maybe is just kind of like, she forgot some stuff. She also like worded things like, I thought she was innocent from the moment I heard about the story that a Boston police officer died in Canton, Massachusetts. Well, what are you talking about? Because none of us knew anything about the possibility of some kind of like potential cover up or like anything that went on in that house until April of 2023, by the way, until Turtle Boy's first blog, basically.
Right.
So I still think it's crazy. I don't know if Courtney Cox has roots to Canton, but like I told you, somebody messaged me in November of 22 being like, Canton's talking about this. Like, Canton's talking about this story. Go check it out because weird stuff is starting to come out about it. So I don't know, maybe she heard some of that, but I don't remember hearing any news. I don't remember hearing her challenge that on the radio in any capacity whatsoever. So, but besides that, she didn't say, we got calls, by the way. I'm sorry about that. I missed these calls.
Sorry, callers.
Sorry, you guys can't hear the interview. That's my mistake. I'll test that thing.
I hope that they can hear these goddamn phone calls. If not, David, you're fired.
Okay. That's a good point. That should be the same thing. They may not hear the phone calls.
Oh, God.
Oh, that sucks. How do I figure that out? Why do they hear them on TikTok but not here if that's the case? Let's see.
Try to answer one.
Let's see a test. 774. Can you hear us? Okay, hang on one second. Kim, could you hear him?
No.
You can't hear. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put you on hold. Let me think about this. Let me think about this on the technical aspect. That could be a PC versus a Mac thing too. I don't love that. I don't love that right now for us, Kim. You're looking.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Dave.
It's a technical thing. It's a technical thing. Like, I'm hearing you from this. It's tough. Maybe you can't. It's not refeeding you what I. Yeah. Let me see. I got to think about this. Talk about the next topic or whatever you want.
Okay. Listen, guys, so sorry. We're having, of course, it's the maiden voyage, babes. Okay. We love you. We appreciate you. Worst case scenario, we'll go on to TikTok and take calls. Okay. But listen, so I just got a message from one of my, a Canton source. Okay. And I just got that Sean McDonough, our Sean, all right, Sean on the Gulf, AKA going through the motions on YouTube, that he just reported, geez, never a dull moment. P.S. Sean's supposed to be on vacation with his wife. She's gonna say to him, God, sir,
she's not gonna be happy.
She's not gonna be thrilled, just like him. Take a time off. Geez, never a dull moment. So sources close to Marty Kraft are now saying that Michael the Meatball Morrissey, went to the well asking again for another favor. Looks like the unconfirmed word is that the DA asked a favor to get Proctor some income while he awaits.
I heard about this. The private investigator? Wait
a sec. Of course, the pay has to be under the table. Stop. That's illegal. You can't be doing that. But let's see. It's also said the DA paid Kraft to surveil Karen Reed back in 2022. Both live in Mansfield. Fucking Marty. And then reports of all Karen's visitors were being reported back to the DA. And of course, the who, quote, McAlberts. And that's why Jennifer McCabe had her sights on a few of Karen's visitors and how many times they visited her. FOIAs are being sent. Hot off the press from Sean McDonough.
Wow, that is, you couldn't hear when I was playing audio over you, could you at all? You could,
Nope.
You still can't hear that? That sucks.
I can't hear anything.
I did see that. I got DMs to that effect of exactly kind of how that scenario was playing out. That is not ideal. Probably not a smart move if you're Mr. Proctor getting involved in that kind of shenanigans with the feds watching every move potentially that Michael Morrissey is making. I would say that that's probably not in your best interest. You know what I would say is probably in your best interest is just really to start singing, to be completely honest with you. I would just start singing. I would just
like a canary.
I would go absolutely crazy and throw every single person I can under the bus to save myself in whatever capacity.
110%.
He's like not to get too political, right? But he's like who's that guy who Trump like got all pissed? Trump had an attorney that like went and wrote books and did media deals and all that shit. Michael Cohen. He's like Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen, turn your back on all. He turned his back on all these people. He was convicted of something in court. I don't speak politics, but I'm saying Michael Proctor, that's what you need to do. Like, you were basically convicted, hypothetically, and now you got to sing and make your money somehow.
Yeah.
But do not do it with Michael Morrissey. That would not be in your.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
No. And I got DMs with Michael Proctor sightings all over the place lately.
Really? Where have you seen him?
Oh, let's just say he might be on a vacation, where a lot of people from our neck of the woods go on vacation. So let's just say that. That's one of the.
Okay. Wait a minute. North or south?
South.
Oh, the Cape. Oh, okay.
Well, the Cape is it. Why? Where are you talking about? Like,
I don't know. I thought like maybe went to
we're in New Hampshire. No, come on. It's the Cape. Come on, please. Okay. Spare me. Yeah, I can't figure out the sound, so no calls today. That's your fault.
Oh, you are the worst. You are the worst.
You put me on the spot. I should have tested that though. I have no idea why that didn't work. It works on the Mac.
But wait, can you tell me what the difference is? Like let's try to talk through it because I'm a woman and I know how to do most things, right? So
I can't talk you through this. I can't.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, like, why does it work? Where do we do it where do we do it otherwise?
I think we're speaking when we use TikTok, we're doing it way differently technically. Let's put it that way. Like it's you're hearing everything come to me as one, and in this situation, you're kind of hearing different. Yeah, it's tough to describe. I don't know.
Okay, never mind.
But it's just we'll do it. We'll figure it out for the next one. Don't worry. If not, the TikTok people will always get your calls. To be honest with you, it was probably Vince. He was probably going to yell at me or something, and I'm not really mentally prepared for that right now. I'm just not.
Vince would never. He doesn't yell at you, David.
Yeah, he told me that I was jealous of you, which is not at all the truth. I'm supportive of you in the chat of other shows. Calling all beings. Every single one of you. You're all probably very nice people. The host, he seems like a very nice guy. I wish you all the luck on your wonderful fucking move to Colorado, my friend. Like, great, okay? But the show was just brutal to listen to. Way too many people. Way too many people. Listen, we can be criticized. We can be criticized. If we're going to talk on a microphone and put cameras on and we're going to talk about, like, criticize me. Do it all day long. I take shit nonstop on these apps. Doesn't matter to me. All right? I love it, okay? But this show specifically, it just was so disjointed. And it was so, like, Mike Crawford was just asleep the entire time. And then
Crawford did fall asleep. Like,
and then he legitimately fell asleep.
He has it in his eyeballs like this, guys. Like, sleep. Like, I go.
Right. And we get it. You were scared. Like, you were scared. And then you hired a defense attorney. And miraculously, like, your spirits just get lifted. I loved it. I love to see it for you. Like, it was a good look for you. But the show just stunk. Just all around. All I want to hear about is you having some fun with Peter Murphy and Mark Betterow, to be completely honest with you. That's all they needed to do. Like, just set you guys up to shoot the shit. You should go now off of that show. You should have Peter Murphy and Mark Betterow on your channel at the same time to do an interview. You should have them both on at the same exact time because there's just too much unnecessary information. The only thing that was fun was when Betterow started asking about, like, the non-legal side. You know what I mean? Like, what it was like to be a normie like us.
Yeah.
as opposed to a smart human being like him. That was good.
Yeah.
But the rest of it was kind of like just garbage, to be honest with you.
It was painful. You see, I mean, like, Jesus, tell us how you
It was
really
tough.
feel.
It was tough. I was watching you.
The entire show
Don't
sucked.
act like you enjoyed it. Don't act like you enjoyed it. You and I were texting as you were doing it. You could literally see your head down the entire time. You were miserable. You were miserable. They're good people.
I
They're
was
good
not
people.
miserable.
They're good people.
Thrilled to be there.
It was just a bad night for everybody. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Just like me, I'm having a bad night without being able to take phone calls. All right.
I know. I feel like we're not. Will anybody? Can they send us like questions in the chat? Because I'm not even on the chat. I can't see it.
You gotta get to the
really
chat.
Not doing good for me.
Yeah, you gotta get to the chat. I did not love how the host was policing whose turn it was. All right, good call. That's a great talk. He was a little bit policey. He was doing that. I agree with that. Let's see. Didn't stink, but could have been better, says somebody.
I love
probably the
you
perfect
guys.
example.
Look at I love you. You're so smart and pretty to actually tell the truth, and we don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Come at us for anything.
Right.
But like,
this show sucks. Like, we're not doing it. This one stinks.
Today.
This is awful. We belong on TikTok. Like, that's our home. That's where chaos reigns. We can't even take phone calls today.
We can't
and
even
get
do.
disjointed.
This is exactly the only thing we're good at. And
right. Like, we take
fucked it up.
Right. We take phone calls, talk shit with people, and then get thrown off into a complete disarray for 90 minutes. Like, that's what our show is. So I don't even know. Now, without phone calls, like, we're basically like just completely.
Like, do you want to just play some? We can't even play music right
now.
now.
We'll get kicked off. We'll get kicked off. All right. So hold on.
You don't get kicked off on YouTube.
Wait. So Meatball wants to hire Proctor under the table. You want to take this one?
That's what the tweets. No. Sorry, pardon me. It says that sources close to Marty Kraft are saying that Michael Meatball Morrissey. Oh no, asked that the DA asked a favor. So Meatball has asked a favor to get Proctor some income while he awaits his face. So they're saying, guys, basically, right? Come here, love your face. Okay. So they're basically saying, like, hey, he's got no income. Lizzie's on a fucking rampage. You know, she's walking in that house every day. She kicks off her kitten heels and is like, fuck you, Mike, right? She is like, you don't give me, we don't have insurance. We don't have unlimited pay, like, you know, vacation time, all the things he's worked up in the last 12 years. It's gone. And she's just got to look at his face. And, you know, his bald ass is on the couch just moping. Right? They probably have a cockapoo, right? That doesn't shed, and he doesn't even pick up the poop in the backyard. I'm just saying. But he's one of those. So he's sitting at home. The kids are at daycare, and she's walking through, and she's like, "Get up, get out of this house before I ask you for a divorce."
Right. Right. And can you imagine if you're a part of a case? I don't know all these different things that the Kraft private investigative firm, I don't know what they all do specifically, but can you imagine being a client and telling that client that, like, oh yeah, my guy Mike Proctor is helping us out on this one. Yeah, he's do you know, like, he handled the investigation for the Karen Reed case. Like, you ever heard of him? He's going to help us out. He's going to do it. He's going to take care of this for us. That's just like crazy.
I got him on the list.
Dave, were you on a sports radio show? I was not. Hell no. Nope, but I did talk radio, and boy, did I fake my way through those years. Yes, I did.
Oh.
Tough shit for Lizzie. Stand by her man, a.k.a. the piece of shit, says Minty. Well, okay. Tell us how you really feel. I love how Betterow told Kim he's... hold on. I missed the thing. He's a big fan in front of TYJ. I like Mike, but the way he looks at the camera is creepy. Yeah, a lot of people want to know why the hate for Mike Crawford. Right now, we are on full-fledged I hate Mike Crawford mode until he publicly apologizes to Nurse Kim on his live stream in front of a massive audience. So he has to have like a big guest. You know what I'm talking about, Kim? Like, he has to have like on David Yannetti or something like that. And that's where he has to do his apology. If he just has on one of his other normies that says the same shit over and over again and does this basic, stupid apology to Nurse Kim, it will mean nothing. It has to be an important, big-time spot, and I want hands and knees type apology shit. Like, he will not acknowledge her. He left her hanging in the guest room of StreamYard for like an hour and a half during that time when Betterow was on, which literally Betterow could think Nurse Kim is like the biggest loser on the planet because he didn't set her up whatsoever. He gave no purpose to her role as a human being. And then all of a sudden she just shows up
Oh, I know.
after Bettero just did like 60 minutes straight of just complete annihilation of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And then here comes like giggly Nurse Kim out of friggin' nowhere doing her whole spiel, and it absolutely did not fit. It was one of the most awkward 5 minutes I have ever seen. And I blame one person, maybe Kim a little bit, but first and foremost, I blame Mike Crawford.
I should have just hung up, guys, when I was waiting.
You should have gotten the hell out of there.
I should have been like, I gotta leave the green room.
You deserve 10% of the blame, but he deserves 90%. They hired Brian Albert too. That's what I heard. That's the other DM I got, the Brian Albert DM. Are you the person who DM'd me that? Yeah, something about that investigative firm with Brian Albert. You get that one or no?
I didn't get it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll go back to my DMs, and next time we do it live, I'll see if I can find it. But yeah, Craft Investigations Group. Yeah, I don't know. So they must be out of this area, I assume. I've never heard of Craft Investigations Group, so I don't know if they're like.
I heard that Kate Peter was a private investigator. Is that accurate, or am I?
Oh my fucking God!
I really heard it. I heard that she's like, if you're saying you are one, that's wild.
I did that spiel this morning. I can't do it. Not about like her specifically. She can do whatever shit talking she wants on the internet, and she can try to take down Turtle Boy and do whatever she wants. Who cares? My thing is like the local media enabling these weirdo partnerships to occur and treating it as credible. Like I regret. That's one of my biggest regrets is not talking to that NBC 10 reporter and being like, you need to go to those blue shirts and find the people that are really there for the cause the right way. And they had to be there, right? There was like 50 people there, I think, for them. Maybe a little more, who knows? Like there are people that do believe she's guilty. And now we don't agree with them. That's fine. It is what it is. But you can find the people that believe that she's guilty and put them behind the camera. Do not put the people that are out there on a vendetta against one blogger, journalist, entertainer, or that are just on some like Twitter crusade. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's just it just feels so unnecessary. We see the same people. What's his name was there? Kevin Lenahan. Say what you want. And I know a lot of people hate him because they don't agree with him, but at least he's like, and I know he's friendly with those people because they're on his side of the argument, but he's not like, I don't think he's in like cahoots with them. Do you? Like I don't think
he is. He
is. Like, in what way though? Like he looked at the case. And he was originally thinking she was innocent, and then he saw some evidence.
No, Dave. Okay, listen to me.
He said he'd come on with us. So you can go at him. But I'm just saying he's more. Well, yeah, go ahead.
I don't mean it like that. I just mean it like he has insider information, and from that camp, right? Like so from whether it's Chris Albert, whether it is Kate who talks directly to them all. Whoever it is, his co-hosts for the entirety of the trial were Coffindaffer and Kate Peter. Don't tell me that he's not deep in the shit. He's deep in the shit.
I know, but those are the vocal people. Like that's like saying like you, because you, Bettero, you're people on the other side, and you kind of congregate and create content with those people. There's not a lot of people on the other side creating content. I'm just saying it doesn't make him the sketchiest person in the world that he befriended them. I'm just saying. His motives of what he believes happened in the case. I think if he found out, honest to God, evidence that Karen Read did not commit the crime, that he would say it. I don't believe the others would. Is that a fair? Like, does that ring true to some extent?
I don't know.
No, you think he would lie?
No, but I don't know because I've asked him a couple of questions a couple of times. And he refuses to like even acknowledge that there are deficits in the Commonwealth's theory. He does not like much as you say he's open to it or whatever. I'm like, Kevin, hi, what about this? And I don't just say because he says that we're all dumbasses and we all say, ARCA and crash daddies. No, it's way beyond that, way beyond it. And for him to say that ARCA is an agent of a conspiracy agent, like
I don't love that.
Government got ARCA for them to say that Karen Read was. Nobody gives a shit about Karen Read in the federal government. They said to ARCA, did this happen? Is this a motor vehicle accident or not? They didn't say, can you prove that this is not?
He goes deeper. He goes deeper than that, I think. And like I said, I'm trying to play devil's advocate and kind of defend him. He'll come on here. He'll do it. But he goes deeper. He thinks like the feds are corrupt. Yeah, he thinks like this is a complete.
Well, wait, and listen, Kevin, if you're listening, Kevin, if you're watching, hi, we're new here. We have technical issues. I also
nobody else takes. First of all, nobody else take calls. Don't call me out for the technical.
The Glare does. The Glare does it, and he does it on Google.
He takes calls on Google.
He just started because we do it.
Oh, he copied us. Fucking
yeah.
Glare. Well, we haven't done any. All right, fine. Shut up.
I'm just kidding. I just saw it. I don't know. I have no. I definitely saw that he.
He's probably a nice guy, but I'm not losing to people. I'm not losing on the technical end to people. This is a mishap that I was not prepared for. Okay.
You should have done. Mister. I was working till 5 o'clock. Got on here.
No, I hear you. I was doing it, and I needed to test it. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Okay. So listen, but I wanted to say to Kevin directly that I also believe that there can be corruption in all levels of government. I'm not saying I 100% think that the feds can be corrupt. Hello, let's go back to Connolly and friggin' Johnny Connolly and Whitey. Those are definitely things that happen. In this case, though, for you to say that, like when it was opened because there was a question, and the fact that the ARCA guys came back with what they did, and now Kevin's whole entire theory or his main argument stems from the ARCA guys did not go over the Toyota tech stream. Well, Dave, I'm gonna break it to you right now. Here it is, live breaking. Nurse Kim's gonna school everyone. Neither did Trooper Paul. Okay, he did the recreation of Karen and Officer John O'Keefe's alleged sideswipe. She was arrested, she was arraigned, and she was charged a year before they received the Toyota tech stream. So I don't want to hear your bullshit about anything that is related to that, because it didn't change the outcome at all. They had already made their theory before they allegedly saw the 111162 key cycle.
You're right. You're right on that. So I don't know. I mean, I guess his just goes bigger. When he hears this stuff, he can acknowledge that there was some, that Trooper Paul was not a credible witness. Like, he acknowledges stuff.
I think he thinks that he didn't do a great job. But then he also writes Dave online that he's going to make sure that the Commonwealth gets it right next time.
Right. But also,
I'm not going to say I'm going to make sure David Yannetti and Alan Jackson are going to get it right. I can say my little spiels, but that's a little bit wild.
Yes, but also like with the information provided right now. Like, he's saying, I can provide information to you to help you make that more clear. That's not crazy. I wouldn't do that. You come out with your 5-point plan, and you don't just pitch it on your TikTok. You then go on that other shitty show on Saturday night or whatever you went on, to impress Betterow. Like, just absolutely insane move by you to point out the 5-point plan to Betterow. He's just sitting there like, who does this lady think she is?
Plan. We did this day one.
I just made national news getting somebody off for some crime in New York, and like this TikTok lady is coming out with her
duck
plan.
Sauce killer.
Unbelievable. Jesus.
Yeah.
Just say DuckTales. That's all you need to do. Just make them laugh. Just make them laugh a little bit. All right. So listen, phone lines won't work. That's it. That was a good test run, inaugural. We'll get it figured out for next time.
Yeah, sorry guys. I apologize. I should.
And we'll have guests. We didn't want to do a guest today. I didn't want to do a guest today. I wanted to do the first one. That was just
we just wanted to have fun and talk shit.
Right,
sorry guys.
Right. And we know it's going to take a little bit of time to get our TikTok people over to YouTube, but I don't understand why. Because TikTok, like, to sit there and keep TikTok open, you can't really do background listening on TikTok, can you? Or can you? Did I not know that?
I have no
idea.
Like
on YouTube, you can swipe up and it stays on your phone, so you can you can multitask. I don't know if you can do that with TikTok. So I would think people would prefer YouTube, but either way, we'll figure it out. We'll get some new guests in the mix. We'll figure out all this audio issues with Kim so she can hear the cuts that we're playing, so I don't have to like put them in the thing. I do want to congratulate one person, and that is me for getting the exclusive audio from attorney Martin Weinberg before the court hearing, because nobody else had the balls. Nobody else had the balls to go talk to the new attorney and figure out information to bring to the people that was newsworthy, that the public deserved to know. Feeling good.
Facts matter journalism.
Facts matter journalism. That's one of our big credos here. So facts matter journalism. All right. So what else? Anything else we want to talk about before we head out?
No, I'm not looking at I can't see anything. I can't. We're just here. Like, I feel as though we're just
Why
talking.
don't you pull up the chat? Why don't you pull up the chat? No,
Oh,
you don't want
okay.
to pull up the chat?
No, well, I
You
can't. I was trying to get my Chloe picture because I felt so crazy not having it.
Yeah, you were looking for those pictures for
I
way
know.
too long before we started this thing.
I know. Exclusive Dave. Look at Dave. Yes, let's give Dave a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
there is, congratulate Dave on just being you. Dave, you are quite wonderful. We all know that.
Am I on a little bit of a run? Some would say yes. And these technical mishaps mean nothing to that run. It's just a little minor blip. It's a minor blip.
Huge blunder and failure to our first inaugural live stream. Is it my fault? I guess so. You know, Dave's been drinking that mushroom coffee, and it's supposed to be changing his freaking life. Okay.
The mushroom coffee, it is changing my life. My gut health has never been better. It's helping my brain. I'm sharper than I've ever been.
I can tell by this.
Every now and then, little things get by him. Every now and then, first of all, it's an anomaly, by the way. This is not an easy thing to figure out. It's a tech thing that many people wouldn't know how to figure out, and I will figure it out. That's all I have to say. All right. I'm not going to address this anymore. I'm the guy who got the first quote from Marty Weinberg. That's who I am.
Touche. Okay, that's it. We've got nothing else. We did 55 minutes just free balling life. So
just free balling.
Love you guys.
And I don't know. And we're going to do other cases on this too. We'll do Sandra Birchmore. I got a lot of stuff that we did not use on the case season 2 that just didn't make it in. That I want to go over. I want to show images of text messages that Sandra was sending to people that just would be like insane to think that somebody. Do I have to say unalive on YouTube? Do I have to do that too?
I don't know.
It's insane to think that somebody would think that's rational based off her behavior in the days leading up to that event. Yeah. And to talk to a lead investigator, which, by the way, the Justice for Sandra Birchmore page does an unbelievable job. That woman, Mizzy.
Yes.
She's been all over the place. I think she's going to be on News Nation tonight. She's doing a fantastic job. Anyone bringing awareness to that case is doing God's work. So that's unbelievable. But it's just, that's such a horrifying one that I hope, and I've kind of seen, and I was talking to people when I was there on Friday at the courthouse. It seems like this lull that's going to happen with the Karen Reed case, people may pivot a little bit. So hint, hint, if I am Sandra Birchmore's family and I'm watching some of the content going around Karen Reed, why don't you kind of put some news out there and tickle people? You know what I mean? Like we're talking about rub their belly a little bit. Why don't you rub our bellies a little bit the next couple of weeks? And maybe you might see a lot of people start to get involved in that case and help you out a little bit behind the scenes.
That's and we'll rub your belly, just like Chloe. Yeah. Look at Chloe.
Well, I rub that guy's belly. Trust me, I rub that attorney's belly. So it's time he starts rubbing my belly a little bit. That's all I know. So
okay, okay, we're gonna end on the rubs, okay?
End it on the belly rubs.
All right, bye guys. Love you, face. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.